be speaking freely today.
Mr. Meir, I wonder whether we might begin by speaking of Arab groups of the kind that hijack airplanes and killed Israeli athletes in Munich. They talk a great deal about the Palestinian homeland and how they've been deprived of it. Is there any legitimacy in talk about an Arab-Palestinian homeland?
No, I think not, at any rate. If the homeland that is referred to is supposed to be Israel, I think it would be worthwhile just to take a minute, go back a little bit in history. For instance, before the First World War, there were no independent Arab countries. This area, that is Israel today, and as a matter of fact, up to the Jordan, was considered the southern part of Syria. When, after the war, Great Britain got the mandate over Palestine. Palestine was then between the entire area, between the Mediterranean and the Iraqian border. All of that was Palestine. There was one High Commissioner and considered one country. The first partitioning of Palestine took place in 1922, when after the war, Great Britain saw fit to parcel out this area of the Middle East and give part of it to every one of the sheikhs who were helpful in the war. They had to do something also for Abdullah. So they partitioned Palestine, made the western part of the Jordan River Palestine. The eastern part was called Transjordan. The second time Palestine was partitioned was in 47, of course. Now, but until 22, all of that was one country, it was one Palestine. Of course, in Transjordan, or what is Jordan today, there are Bedouins, there are others, but you will not find one single country in this area, an Arab country, that hasn't various groups of Arab people. So to say that there is a Palestinian people as apart from those that are in Jordan especially, this is not true to fact and not true to history. Now, between 48 and 67, after the War of Liberation, the Western Bank was later annexed by Abdullah, they were there. They were the majority in Jordan. If they wanted to set up a state, or to call that state Palestine, of course, they didn't have to ask our permission, and we would have had nothing to do with it. Therefore, when they say the Palestinian people want the right to their land, what it really means is to drive the Jews out of this area and take over, in addition to the about 19 or 20 independent Arab countries, all that have been created between the First and Second World War, create one more country instead of Israel. This is really what is meant.